happy Sunday, happy Father's Day. My name's Jade. I'm Head of Marketing at John Richard and a trained yoga teacher. I'm really excited to share a class with you this morning. We're going to spend the next 25 minutes or so doing some sun salutations. We've got a few balancing poses and we're also then going to finish down on the mat together in some more relaxing, restorative poses where we're hopefully going to let go of anything we don't know. So this morning is all about toning the body, calming the mind and energising ourselves for the day ahead. This class is suitable for anyone. If we have any little yogis in the house, welcome. I think we have all been practicing with his mummy, so hello. What can I say? Maybe get some music. I haven't put any music on because I was worried about how it would affect the streaming quality. But hey, get some tunes on. Get a mat if you have a mat. If not, maybe take a blanket or something just to protect those knees when we get onto the floor and do some lunges. You can have some hard fat books. I've got some blocks just in case you don't reach the floor. Sometimes it's good for the floor to come to you. I hope you can see me and that this is working. This is the first live video I have ever done. So the class is broken down into 3 parts. First part, we're going to do sun salutations. A classic sun salutation has 12 postures. So we're going to start off by breaking each of those 12 postures down so we get really familiar with them. And then we're going to speed it up slightly when we match the posture with our breath rhythm. So it becomes like a moving meditation or a dance because we're moving with our own rhythm. The middle section is all about balance. So stability and balance, not a strength of mine, but hey, let's give it a go. And then, as I said before, finally we're going to come down on the mat and we're going to have some postures that's really going to help us let go of anything that we've been storing up. I'm going to dance around the mat a little bit so you can see me, and let's just hope for the best. If this is your first time practicing yoga, I'm proud of you, thank you. Let's do this. So come to the top of your mat or wherever you are practicing. And we are going to start in our first pose today, which is mountain pose. So feet are hip width apart, toes are facing forward and press your feet firmly into the mat. Your thighs are firm, your belly button is ever so slightly tucked in towards your spine, your tailbone is tucked in, nice. Your shoulders are down and away from your ears, your heart and chest is open, your chin parallel to the ground, and I want you to think of this point of the crown of your head parallel with the sky above you. Bring your arms either side of your torso and rotate those hands open so your palms are facing forward. I want you to feel strong, I want you to feel proud. Let's take a few breaths. In yoga, we're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breath is really important in yoga. It's what's going to help calm the mind. So let's begin. So let's take an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you're going slower or faster than me, that's fine. You go to your own rhythm. Inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to bring our hands up, roll the shoulders down, feel as if those shoulder blades are trying to press a knot in between them. And then I'm going to ask you to grow your hands even longer. So we're going to walk up to the sky here. When you've reached the top of that movement, plant those shoulder blades down and away from your ears. You can look forward or you can look up, whichever feels good for you right now. On the next exhale, we're going to fold down from the hips, so halfway should be like a tabletop, and then we're going to come all the way down into a forward fold. So you can bend your knees, and we're trying to get this point, this crown of the head, parallel with the ground. Nice, so you can place your hands on your thighs, on your shins, on your blocks, on the floor. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Excuse my hay fevery sniffles. We're going to inhale, and as we inhale, we're going to kind of lift forward, and as we exhale, we're going to fold down. Inhale,
exhale. If you can, start to bring your weight ever so slightly forward onto your toes. Inhale and exhale. And nice. I'm just going to scoot forward. You're going to stay where you are. Now we're going to go into our first lunge. So we're going to bring that right leg back and down. Your hands are still on the mat or your blocks, whatever you were using. Your knee is tracking your elbow or ever so slightly a little bit in front of it, but it's hopefully not behind it. Okay, we're coming into the hip flexors, so you can keep your hands here, you can put them on your hips, or you can raise your hands if you want to take that stretch a little bit further. You just see what feels good for you today. These hip flexors can get really, really tight for runners, spinners, driving, being in the car a long time, sitting in front of computers for hours on end. So let's just take a few breaths to really sink into this posture. Okay, one more breath. And on the next exhale, we're going to bring our hands down either side of the front foot, and we're either going to come into a high plank or a tabletop position. So high plank or tabletop. Take a moment, and on the next exhale, I invite you to bring your knees, chest and chin to the ground. These elbows, fan them out, and then wrap your torso with them. You're on your tippy toes. Take a breath. Exhale. On the next inhale, you're going to glide your heart across the ground and through the arches of your arms, and we are going to come up into a cobra position. So you're pushing the ground away from you, you're rolling your shoulders down and away from your ears, your thighs and the front part of your foot is resting against the mat or the floor. You can look forward or you can look up. Take a few breaths. This is Cobra pose. Nice. Now roll the toes under. On your next exhale, you are coming into downward facing dog. So you can come onto your knees and then you can come into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, our feet are about hip width apart, our toes are facing forward, and we're sort of working on getting those ankles and soles of the foot to the ground. It doesn't matter if you're not there. You can bend the knees and make sure that the tailbone is lifting up towards the sky. Your gaze is either towards your toes or to your belly button, so we get a nice flat spine. Roll those shoulders down and really feel that you're cracking that nut with your shoulder blades. And I want you to feel all 10 fingers pressing into the mat, so we are nice and strong here. We'll take one more deep breath. Good, and then we're going to come into another lunge. So this time our right foot is going to come forward and in between our hands. So you can do that in one swoop, or you can do whatever it takes to get your foot where you want it to go. Drop the back leg, choose your lunge position, and have a feel what it feels like on that opposite side. Our sides will feel different for the most part, so don't worry if one feels different than the other. You're human. So let's just sink into that. Feel the hips grounding down, where from the hips upwards we're kind of lifting up. So we're working with opposing energies here. I like to think of a string between the crown of my head and the sky, so I'm just ever so slightly being lifted upwards. Whew, nice, okay. On the next exhale, bring your hands down, and we're going to bring that back foot in line with the front foot. We're going to take an inhale, and we're going to exhale back into our forward fold. Nice. On the next inhale, come up, rise up, and exhale into prayer position. Good, that was our right side. We're now going to do the opposite side. We're going to take it slow, and for the next, and then after that, we're going to start to speed things up a little bit. Okay, so first posture, mountain pose. So roll those shoulders down, have the palms rotating forward. Let's take 2 breaths here. You can close the eyes, maybe focus on an intention of why you're here today. Something like, I want to feel good in my body. Inhale one more time.
exhale. On the next inhale, rise the arms up, plant the shoulders down, feel your 10 toes on the ground. You can look forward or look up. On the next exhale, let's fold down into that forward fold. You can keep your knees bent, put your hands wherever, your shins, your thighs, the floor, a book. Try and get the crown of the head parallel with the ground. Forward folds are neutralizing to the nervous system. On the inhale, and then as you exhale, just a feeling of letting go of whatever doesn't serve you. You can maybe make a sigh on the next exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Now, on the next inhale, this left leg's going to go back and we're going to take our lunge position. So you can either have your hands here, here, or here. Notice how that feels. Let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands down. Let's take that plank or tabletop position. Inhale. On the next exhale, drop your knees, your chest and your chin. On the next inhale, glide the heart across the ground. Push the ground away from you and come up. Work on rolling those shoulders down and away from you. Look forward or look back. Make sure that your toes, your thighs are touching the ground. Try and unclench your bum if at all possible. Take another breath. And on the exhale, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, remember our feet are hip width apart, our knees can be bent, our tailbone is pushed up towards the sky. We're looking towards our feet or our belly button, and our 10 fingers are pressed firmly into the mat. We're rolling our shoulders down and away from our ears. So there's a lot going on here. This is a beautiful stretch. So just as we're warming up here, I'm going to invite you to bend the right knee and then the left knee. So we're almost like pedaling the feet. Let's do this a few times. Really helping to get into those hamstrings, which, like I said, can be tight for maybe if you're a runner or spinner or just walking around the house cleaning. How much cleaning are we doing, people? It's insane. Okay. Now we're going to take that left leg and we're going to bring it in between our hands, either in one swoop or in a couple of movements, whatever suits you. Now my left side is a lot tighter than my right side, so I struggle with this. Oh, a bit heavy-handed, but we got there. Okay, so take your lunge position, sink into it for a moment. In fact, I think I'm going to come here, that feels better for me this morning. And take one more breath. Okay, on the next exhale, bring the hands either side of the front foot, bring the back foot to bring to the top of the mat. Inhale and exhale, let's fold down, bring the crown of the head parallel with the ground. And then on the next inhale, let's rise up, all that energy, all that positivity. And exhale, let's bring it into the heart. Nice, take a few moments here. We're going to do maybe 2 more rounds. I'll just check the time actually. I can't see it from there, even with my contacts. It's a sign of age, people. We'll speed them up a little bit so you're working with your own rhythm of your breath. Hopefully you're a little bit more familiar with those postures. So that's 12 asanas that we've done, 12 different postures. So a sun salutation is a great warm up for the whole body. We're working with everything here. So if you don't do any other yoga, I think that sun salutation is just a great way to get into your practice. So remember, we're working with the breath. It's the breath that's going to help calm the mind. It's the breath that's the yogi's superpower. So in through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to come into our mountain pose. I want you to feel strong. I want you to feel proud here. Inhale the arms up, remember as high as you can, plant the shoulders down, make each posture count. Exhale, fold down from the hips, strong thighs come down. Nice. Inhale, the right leg comes back, take your lunge position. Exhale, come down. Inhale, take your plank or tabletop position. Exhale, your knees, chest and chin. Inhale, glide your heart up into Cobra Pose. Exhale, we are going into our downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg comes forward, drop the back leg and take that lunge position. Exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, the left leg comes forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, prayer position. Two sides, we're going on the left hand side now. So, mountain pose, we'll take 2 breaths. Inhale. It's the breath that's going to really help to neutralise that nervous system. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to rise up, all that positivity. As we exhale, we're going to fold down, strong thighs, nice straight spine, the heart is open.
We're coming into our forward fold, crown of the head parallel with the ground. Bring the left leg back into that lunge.
Exhale, the hands down. Inhale, come into plank or tabletop position. Exhale, knees, chin, chest. Glide the heart through into Cobra, nice. Roll the toes under, bend the knees, come into downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, the left leg comes between the arms. It's my dodgy one, isn't it? Exhale, down. Inhale, the right leg comes back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, rise up. Oh, exhale, prayer position. You know, as we inhale up, it's all about giving and then bringing all that to our heart. Okay, let's do one more round and then we're going to go into the second section of our class this morning. So inhale, mountain pose. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg comes back. Lunge. Exhale, down. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, glide up into Cobra Pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes forward, drop the back knee. Inhale, up. Exhale, the hands down. Inhale, bring both feet together. Exhale, forward fold, go deeper into that forward fold. Keep the knees bent, try and push your torso to your knees and thighs. Inhale, come up. And exhale, prayer position. Mountain pose, we're going to do that left side now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice, on the next inhale, let's rise up. As we exhale, let's fold down. Nice. Inhale, the left leg comes back into that lunge. Exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, glide the heart open into our beautiful Cobra position. Exhale, downward facing dog, look towards your feet or your belly button. Inhale, that left leg comes forward, drop the back knee. And up, exhale, down. Bring the right leg to the top of your mat on the inhale. Exhale, fold into that forward bend. And then inhale, rise up, strong thighs, straight spine. And prayer position. Beautiful. I'm getting a little bit out of breath because I'm so busy talking and trying to tell you everything about each pose. So I hope that I'm not boring the socks off you and ruining this practice for you today. So we are now on the second section of our class today, and it is standing and balancing, not a strength of mine. For anyone who has met me, you will know that. So we are going to do some warriors. We're then going to come into a flying warrior or superhero if we've got any little yogis with us today, and then we're going to go into tree pose. Then we're going to take it down to the mat. Okay, so stand in your mountain pose, and then I'm going to ask you to take a stance that's just a little bit wider than arm's length. You can adjust as you go, because I do think there's an element in yoga that it isn't static. You've got to keep moving and feeling into your body, but that's very different than fidgeting and jumping out of things because you're uncomfortable and you don't want to commit to it. Sorry, I am pulling up my yogi pants. Okay, so we're going to start on my right side. So my legs are around shoulder width. This right foot's going to go out to the side, and what I'm looking to do here is that the right heel intersects my back arch, okay? You got that? So there's a beautiful line here. This heel, that arch, nice. Back foot, press all four corners of your feet into the mat. What does that mean? Get your heel and your little toe pressing into the mat. To bringing your attention now to the right foot, try and get all those 5 toes pressed onto the mat, and if you can, try and lift up on those arches, or if the arch doesn't really make sense to you, then try and lift up on the heel, okay? Now we're going to start to bend this knee, and already I feel like I can come a little bit wider in my stance, so we're going to bend this knee. What we're looking for is that this knee is in line with the ankle at least. And I want to bend open this knee, so the knee is tracking the little toe, okay? So it's open. This rib here, the left rib, is backwards, okay? So I'm open, I'm working with dynamic energy. I'm pressing one way and pushing another way, okay? Wanting all these different things at once. Pressing that little toe into the mat. This is going to make me really stable. Then from the hips upwards, I want to kind of be able to flow. I want to be strong, but I want some movement there. So, spread the arms out. Hopefully they're shoulder width. I bet you when I play this back, mine aren't, because I have a tendency to do this. Okay, we are now in our warrior 2 position. So, turn the gaze and maybe focus that gaze like a superhero on that middle finger and beyond. Almost imagine you've got white beams coming from your eyes as you project beautiful, loving energy outwards. That chest is nice and open. Really want you to commit here. You're probably feeling a little bit of burning on that thigh. Just keep going. This is the feeling of our bodies getting stronger. This is a gift. On the next inhale, rotate the palm upwards towards the sky, and we're going to reverse our warrior. So here, you can see there's not a lot of weight. I'm not resting. This is really loose, but it is resting on this back leg. My arm is nice and straight. Now you've got a few options. To protect your neck, you can look in towards your armpit and cross your arm. If you want to look up, that takes a bit more balance. If you've got any neck issues or your balance isn't feeling it, just look down, but keep that neck nice and long. So like I said, the action of going into your armpit, up and down, just really aligns your neck, okay? Now, bring this arm to rest on this thigh, but we're not collapsing into it, we're just going to rebound off it. There's not a lot of weight on here at all. You can bring the arm up or over, and that whole armpit trick. Nice. Take a few breaths. We're really going to commit here. We're not going to jump out when it gets uncomfortable, when the going gets tough. We're yogi warriors. I'm going to come back. Nice. Okay, now you can bring the toes forward. Take a bit of a rest if you need it, and then we're going to go on to the second part of this section, which is balance. And I'm not sure the best way for me to be for you to see me. So for this time, I'll do it sideways on, and then maybe for when we do the other side, I'll go front on and we can see what works best. I can feel that my balance is not so great this morning, but hey, we are human. That's why we call it a practice. You come to the mat and you bring something different every day. You've brought yourself to the mat this morning. I'm proud of you. That's absolutely brilliant. The world needs more yoga. Okay, so we're going to take a high lunge. So turn to your right. Take a nice wide stance. By that I mean the front foot, the closer it is to the end of your mat, is going to give you more stability here. You're going to come up onto the balls of that back foot. Okay? Couple of things we are going to, I'll show you, then we'll come into it together. We're going to come into a flying warrior. Oh gosh, that wasn't good. Let's hope the next one's a bit more balanced. Like I said, we bring something different to the mat every time. Then we can come here and come straight into a low tree, or from our warrior, we can come up and then we're going to take ourselves into tree. Hopefully we won't be, well, we're going to try, aren't we? We're going to try and balance. Let's do this. You don't want me blubbering on. Balance. First, focus on a single point, hopefully that doesn't move, because when the gaze is still, the mind is still. Focus on your breath, because when we breathe, we're right here, right now. And think about the dynamic energy, the opposing energies that I've spoke about. So we're going to be putting our weight on one foot. We're going to be lifting off in another foot. We're going to be having our hearts and chest lifting upwards. So there's a lot going on here, wanting all these different things at once. Okay? So enough chatter. Let's go. So first, focus the gaze. And the arms back and the body forward. And then we're going to lift up into our warrior. We're flying. Flying warriors. We don't break down walls, we jump over them. Okay, now you can bring your foot down and come into your tree from there. Or if you want to try this, bring the leg up, arms up. Nice, and then we will go into, remember to fix that gaze. Go into our tree. So the tree, this foot, is pressing on the straight leg. I'm rebounding up off the floor, but at the same time I'm really pushing my toes down onto the mat. This knee is tracking open, prayer position, or I can grow my tree. When you're done, come back to the lunge, face forward, come into the middle. Take your time with that one. It can be nice, little 2-3 minute balancing to really get the mind refocused. 2 sides, we're going to do the other side. You know what's coming now, so it's probably going to be a bit easier. So this, yes, the left toe is pointing outwards. The ankle is intercepting this arch. I'm going to bend. Like I said, I need a bit of a wider stance here. Ultimately, these are hip openers, the warriors, so you're really getting into this hip area. This knee is tracking the little toe. This rib is rotating towards the back of the room. My arms are shoulder length and I am giving my yogi gaze. Remember, this is the feeling of your body getting stronger. This is a gift that we're giving ourselves. Inhale, exhale, inhale. If you can go a little bit deeper. On the next inhale, rotate the palm upwards and let's reverse that warrior. So you can bring your gaze in towards your armpit and go up across your arm and down. Keep your gaze up if that feels good. I have some neck issues, so for me, I think it's better for me to focus on the ground, but each day is different for me. Remember, no weight in this arm, shoulders are down. Okay, and then here we go. Remember, we're not collapsing in, we're rotating, we're rebounding off it. These ribs are towards the back of the room. My arm is up, or again, we can have it here. Just take a few minutes to commit, really commit into these poses. These are strong poses, warrior poses. Okay, then let's come back. Nice, so this time, I'm going to take my lunges facing you. So you can go straight into your lunge from warrior 2. Or if, like me, you've changed position slightly, come and bring that right leg back. Nice, so I'm lifted up on the ball of that foot. I've bent this knee. Hopefully the knee is tracking the elbow. My shoulders are down. I'm going to bring my torso forward. Nice. I'm going to try and focus my gaze on one single point. It's hard when I'm talking. I'm thinking about the tripod and all these things, but that's life. Multiple things going on at one time. So focus the gaze, focus the breath. Okay? Let's fly. Few breaths, lift the chest. Ooh. Okay. more unbalanced. Bring the knee forward if this is what you're doing today, or go straight into tree pose. And then bring the knee up. Let's go into tree. See, the minute I start overthinking about the camera, start wobbling around. There's a lesson in there somewhere. Focus the gaze, focus the mind. Nice. Whew. So hopefully you might be feeling a little bit calmer, a little bit more fire from the sun salutations. I'm just going to check the time. Oh, it's 1/2 past, so I've gone on a little bit. So what I'll do is we'll come down to the mat and we'll just take, we'll take a forward fold to finish with today. So come down onto the ground. Start with your knees bent. This finger, forget what this finger's called, and your thumb, make a circle and wrap them around your toes. Before we get going, I'd like you to focus your mind on a person. It might be a little person in your life, it might be a husband, a family member, it might be a pet, something or someone who brings you joy. I want you to think about this person and notice how it makes you feel, okay? So while we're getting into this stretch, focus your mind on this person. Whenever your mind wanders, let's try and go back to that thing or person. Okay, so hands across the big toe. Now, we're going to scoot your bum back as far as we can go. It might be here, it might be your legs might end up completely straight. Wherever you are, it makes no difference. It is not better or worse, it is just where you are. So for me, my legs are pretty straight. I'm going to roll my shoulders down. As I inhale, I'm going to lift up. And as I exhale, I'm going to start to fold down and into my body. So let's do that together. I'm going to inhale and lift, or rather lengthen towards my toes. And as I exhale, I'm going to fold down. Okay? I want you to think less about a stretch and more about letting go. It doesn't matter where you get to. What we want to do is bring out anything we don't need that doesn't serve us, we want to let go of. So while you're focusing on the breath, we're going to do this for about 30 seconds before we close today. I want you to keep your mind on that person, thing, pet, whatever it may be, and just try and notice what it does to how you feel. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, let go. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, forward folds and neutralise into the nervous system. This has a very calming effect on the mind and body. Inhale, length, exhale, let go. Inhale, length, exhale, let go. Keep focusing on that person or thing. Take a few more breaths. Let out a sigh on your next exhale. Walk your hands to your hips. Let us finish together today with our hands in prayer position at our heart. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I hope that your body feels a little bit more relaxed, but at the same time, know that you are strong. The little exercise about thinking about that special something in your life hopefully demonstrates that the thoughts we think have a lot to do with how we feel. So let's keep it kind, let's keep it loving. Thank you so much. Namaste.